Hi, I'm Derek Herb with Evolution Wheel, and today we're going to show you how to change one of the segments on our telehandler tires. You know, with all the new ANSI standards that are in, you're only allowed 5% damage on a solid tire, and then you got to replace it. So it's kind of nice to have an option that you can service and fix right on the machine on the job site. Operator can do it. You don't need a highly trained specialized technician or a tire company to come out with a service truck and a crane. All you need is a segment, a couple pry bars, your impact, and a little bottle of soapy water, and that's it. You're good to go. We'll show you exactly how it's done. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get that tire up off the ground. Our segments have a very tight fit. There's a lot of load sharing that goes on between segments. So taking that tire up off the ground is just going to help you that little bit to be able to pry it out. Now, the added benefit of working on one of these 10 and 12K machines is they come with built-in jack stands. Let's get her up. Okay, so now that we have our tire up off the ground just a little bit, let's pretend that this is the segment we're going to change. What we're going to do is we're going to take the two nuts off on this side and the two on the other side of the segment, and then we're going to loosen up the immediate ones on both sides of it just a little bit so that we got more room to work with. It's a nice tight fit, and that's going to help us out a bit. Okay, so now that we have the nuts off the segment we're removing and the ones on either side of it loose, it's time to pry that segment. Should pop right out. Not too terrible. Okay, so we're ready to put our segment back in. We're just going to use a little bit of soapy water to kind of lubricate things, help the segment slide in. We've got a persuader bar with a mallet and a pry bar if we need it. And this thing will pop right in. So you soapy up some water. Take it from your lunch pail. It just kind of helps lubricate things a little bit. And this is going to evaporate and dry, so not a big deal. You won't even really see it. Mallet, pound it tight. And then I like to put on the nuts on the one side. Get them kind of hand tight against the rim. And then that way it prevents it from popping up on the other side when I'm pounding that one down. Let's grab our pry bar. Get her down. And same thing. Okay, so we got our segment back in. Really only thing we have to do now is just tighten up the nuts again. One thing I will point out is because it's a tight fit, they don't always come down evenly. So what I like to do is look for the gap underneath the segment, and I'll always tighten the side that has the bigger gap first to pull that down even, and then I'll go to the next one that has a bigger gap, and then the next one. So you know, you don't just kind of go in willy-nilly and start tightening bolts. There's a little bit of thought process, but it's pretty simple. Just go to the one that has the bigger gap. Now, if you need to, you can always just tap it with a hammer as you're hitting with an impact too, if you need a little bit more help to get it down, and bring everything down nice and tight and level. So with everything snug, you can just, you know, hop in and get them all nice and level with a hammer. And then you can go back in and finish your tightening. Now, what we like to do is do a visual tightness. So what I'm doing is I'm tightening down with the impact is I'm watching the base of the segment and I'm watching for it to start bulging. You don't want to go all the way down until it's dead nutted. You just want to go until that segment's tight and it's starting to bulge at the bottom. Okay, there you have it. You got a couple threads showing here, and that's about all you need. And that's how you know you got a good position on your nuts. And each segment's just bulging slightly. We're good. We're done on this side. Let's do the other. Okay, we're all done. That really wasn't a hard job on my part, and we're back to work. So one thing I will say is that this is a new segment and on a relatively new set of tires. If you have a half-worn set of tires, all you got to do is just give us a call, give us a tread depth measurement, and we'll send you out a wear part to match. I'm Derek Herb with Evolution Wheel. You have any questions, we're always here to help. Just give us a call.